Sometimes as I interact with other Christians, there's the perception that we are to be joyful all the time, never anxious, never angry, never frustrated, no negative emotions whatsoever. And what I think is that what distinguishes a Christian from a non-Christian oftentimes is not the absence of negative emotions, but it's the presence of the ability to deal with the inevitable negative emotions that come our way, because this is a tough life we have to lead. And so, as a result, what do we do with those negative emotions? God tells us in the book of 2 Corinthians chapter 1, He's the Father of all compassion and the God of all comfort. And He comforts us and He brings compassion to us so that we can use that comfort of God and compassion of God to comfort others. One of the ways we're able to do that in a very significant and powerful way is with our shoulder-to-shoulder ministry.
It's a little over 2 years ago. There was a class offered in shoulder-to-shoulder training, and it was for anybody that wanted to be involved, or if you're going through a hard time, you go to this class. And I immediately thought of my daughter, who was having a difficult time in her marriage, and I thought, maybe I should just take the class and see what it's like. And I'm glad I did. There was a lot of help in that I was able to apply to the situation with my daughter, and also in my life, how it affected me with the frustration, sometimes anger, hopelessness, and that.
I first heard about the shoulder-to-shoulder ministry probably a couple of years ago, and I actually signed up for it to be a shoulder-to-shoulder minister. And after a few weeks, I realized that I was on the wrong end of it. Even though I've gone through a lot of troubled times in my life, and that I could share that with other people and come alongside other people, I realized that I needed a shoulder-to-shoulder minister myself. So I talked to Paul Dahlberg, and he said, yes, we can get you connected to a shoulder-to-shoulder minister. At the time, I was going through depression and just a lot of other negative things in my life. I needed a person to come alongside of me that cared about me. That was very important to me, and these shoulder-to-shoulder ministers really show that they care, and that was real important to me. I knew Jim from before, but I didn't know him very well. I knew who he was.
The first person I hooked up with, it's a little scary the first time. You don't know what to say or that, but it worked out great.
He contacted me, we got together, and we started meeting in my home. And it was about once a week or once every other week, and he just brought so much encouragement to me. He's a real natural at this, I truly believe. We made a really good connection, and I just thank God for him.
Since then, I've been meeting a little over a year. We've become good friends, and unexpected result is that we also share with each other, pray with each other about our life struggles we go through.
We have developed a relationship that is absolutely awesome. We go out to breakfast twice a month, and we have a chance to share. We have a chance to be accountable to each other. We pray for each other, and I got to tell you, I look forward to it every single time. He's just become a really good friend of mine, and I really appreciate that, and I give God all the credit.
I'm so thankful for this ministry. As someone that's been trained as a therapist, I really appreciate the value of coming alongside of somebody, being an encouragement to them, helping people recalibrate and remember God's goodness and faithfulness, and receive a sense of change and transformation through the doldrums and the difficulties of life.
Sometimes, we don't know what to say, or we want to help a person, but in our training, we are told we're not there to solve someone's problem. We're there to walk with them through it. One of the main things we are to do is to listen.
The biggest benefit of this shoulder-to-shoulder ministry for me was again that I found somebody that cared about me, and that meant a lot.
We all go through times when we have some hard times in our life. It could be, depression, loneliness, losing a friend, a spouse, and we could use someone just to come alongside us. And I just encourage you to seek that help.
Talk to Paul, talk to Jim, or any one of the shoulder-to-shoulder ministers, and what they will do is they will find somebody that will fit well with you. They don't just draw a name out of a hat and say, go see this person. It's not like that. It's a lot more orchestrated.
Personally, I'm just very thankful. I know that our congregation gets very good care from these shoulder-to-shoulder ministers. I thank God for them, and thank God that He can manifest His comfort and His compassion through them.
This is all Christ-centered, and the shoulder-to-shoulder ministers are working for the kingdom in whatever way God puts them. So I just want to make that real clear, that it's a combined effort, and I know the shoulder-to-shoulder ministers are very much blessed with the abilities that they have, and to come alongside us when we're hurting.